We are live. Yes. Hey, greetings, chat room. Can you hear us? Hello, Cleveland.
Hello, chat room.
They hear us. Oh, they don't. Never mind.
Nope, that was me.
And Sybil is back. We can restart the show.
Yes. We weren't going to do a show, but then Sybil came back. So we said, okay, Sybil's back. We'll do a show.
No, I should have been. I told myself, work on show notes today. And I'm like, yeah, I got time. All day long. I'm like, I got time.
Oh, come on.
Right.
I sent out
I see you too.
I sent the template out, or the template, yeah. I sent them out, at noon, so.
Yeah, I meant to be filling this in. I am just...
Hey, we're all busy. We're good.
Right.
End.
People!
All right, let's start this baby.
Poor baby.
All right, allude to the top of the document.
To the right tab. Where is it? There it is. Ah, I found it.
Look under a template. Anyway.
No, it was changed. It was changed.
Oh.
I renamed it so we wouldn't be confused.
Yeah.
Okay, are we ready? Hey, let's do a show. Sound like fun?
Yay! Yes.
Let's do a show as quickly as we can so we all go back to leveling our characters.
I need
That
to make
sounds fun.
I gotta make
You
dinner.
need to make dinner
Coco Vin.
right now?
Yeah. Oh, well, after we get done.
Oh, okay. We can wait. Just let us know when you're done.
Have you? No. My dinners don't take 2 minutes.
Oh, you make real dinner. You don't just throw it in the microwave.
No, it's coq au vin tonight.
Coq au vin. What is
That
coq
should
au
be
vin?
cooking all day, right?
Actually, no. I have a pretty decent recipe that cooks in about 40 minutes.
Oh, nice, nice. I usually make it in a crock pot.
Yeah, no, I have my big Horde Red pot that does it great. It's almost like a pressure cooker.
Neat.
Neat.
We should do a
Here
food show.
on
I love
cooking.
food.
Yes, yes.
Cooking with AIE.
Hey.
For breakfast, I had
Okay.
a donut.
Pancakes won the battle.
We have pancakes for dinner, so I had to have mini wheats for breakfast. Okay, are we ready?
Go.
I think I'm going to set up as I normally get. So let's go in 5, 4, 3, 2. On this episode of the AIE Podcast,
AIE is in all the games.
In case you were living under a rock, a few big things happened in WoW this week.
Feast with your kin on Lotro.
The mysteries of Genesis Prime are no longer a mystery.
And are we actually get a guest on our own podcast?
Woohoo! All that and more coming up right now. Bringing you the latest news from the AIE gaming community from planet Earth and beyond. This is the AIE Podcast. All right, welcome to episode 215 of the podcast celebrating the Aliyah Iacta Est gaming community. This is Accusod. With me, as always, is Aludra.
Hey, AIE, I think you're awesome.
And look, right over there, we've got Makala.
Hey guys, I left some 7-layer bars in the guild kitchen.
Ooh, I love 7-layer bars. Those are awesome. All right, this week it's just the three of us. Oh, say again?
I said, I don't think I've ever had a 7-layer bar.
You've never had a 7-layer bar.
Yeah.
Makala, get that woman a little 7-layer bar stat.
I have dropped them in the literal guild hall a few times. The first year we had the guild hall, I dropped some off, and then last year I had some emissaries drop some off for me.
Nope.
Oh, awesome.
We'll take care of that when
All
you're
right.
here.
We will definitely need to send you some 7-layer bars then. All right, this week it's just the three of us. We do not have a game guest. We're just going to sit here and talk about BlizzCon and the launch of Warlords of Draenor and give you our thoughts and our takes on it. But first, let's see what everyone's been up to. Aludra, it's been about a week since I saw you. I saw you at
Yes.
BlizzCon. How you been doing?
I'm okay. I was at BlizzCon. I beat people with my cane. It was awesome.
And she means that literally. She was actually, using a cane and hitting people with it.
Yes.
I saw that. Yep.
It was
Get out of
fun.
my guild hall, quack.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm cranky like that, as we all know from my surly demeanor on this podcast. I am the crankiest person ever.
By cranky, we mean silliest?
Maybe.
So how's your week been since the guild hall?
I've been so busy. First, you had to do con recovery, and recovering from a major convention like this, it's not easy, especially not when you are as terribly sick as me. And so it was kind of an ordeal. I ended up randomly 3 days later sleeping for 12 hours, 13 hours. Yeah, I know. I didn't even think I was that tired, but apparently I was. But I've been all better, and then people have been coming in and out of my house ever since, like visitors and guests and stuff who are kind of just, I think they're realizing how sick I am.
You need to hit them with your cane.
Well, yeah, every time I whip that thing out, and I'm like, hey, everybody's like, oh my god, you need that to walk. It's like, yes, but I also need it to beat you with right now, because you are being really depressing.
Oy.
So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, besides that, I've been playing this little game. You might have heard of it. I don't know. It's called Fight the Q Battle.
I've been losing that one some nights.
Some nights, yeah.
Some
what
nights,
about
although,
you? Oh, sorry.
No, I would say some. Although I've been hearing other servers have it much worse than we do.
Yeah,
so I'm not
yeah.
going to complain too much.
I'm grateful for my pathetic 2-hour queues where I just stop and eat dinner and then come back.
I've never seen a 2-hour one, but I guess we'll talk about that when we get to talk about Warlords. Makala, what have you been doing? You didn't get to go to the Guild Hall. We missed you horribly.
It was so much. We had an AIE podcast room, like an actual room, and me and Zod and Thrax were all like, "Yeah, podcast people are awesome," except for Makala, who's not here.
I apologize. As you guys know, the theater company I work for had a show opening last weekend, and since I'm patron services and I run the opening night reception, yeah, there was no getting out of that one. Besides that, yeah, played a little bit. In between, queues to get on, while stuff was queuing, actually getting ahead of the game on jewelry making, and somehow I got chosen for jury duty.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw that on launch day. You were sitting at a courthouse going, I wish I was a member of the Iron Horde right now so I could just bash some skulls, I'm sure.
Well, no, my theory is, honestly, if you were in the same situation, you'd want people there that are, willing to be there and engaged and involved. But yeah, that was my entire launch day. And it'll be the first part of my week next week. So.
That's rough.
So you actually got picked. You didn't just have to show up. You got picked.
I got picked.
Wow.
Well,
at least they recognize a strong, sincere person when they see other.
And according to the video that they play in this state, you're gonna make lifelong friends. And I was pretty PO'd that I didn't get picked and I didn't get lifelong friends. The caliber that they were describing in this video.
I have you guys. I don't need any more lifelong friends.
She's got her fill, Zod.
We're lifelong friends.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, I like you guys.
Friends, I guess?
I think at this point, I think we're not gonna ditch each other. We're in it to win it.
Yep, we've been together for I don't know how many years now, like forever. So.
Mm-hmm.
That's what AIE does. Not jury duty, but AIE gives you lifelong friends.
Yeah.
Sometimes kicking and screaming. And being beaten with a cane.
And being beaten with a cane, definitely. Sometimes it's like a real family.
It is. So Zod, I mean, besides sitting in a queue, what have you been doing?
Actually, that's about it. As I've said many times before, that I am publishing a big program I wrote for work. Goes live this week, tomorrow, literally. I'm pushing out to 4,000 people, which will be awesome, which is great because that's what's been eating up all of my every free moment. I've been getting up early, staying late, trying to get this done because I'm a little bit behind. But it launches tomorrow, and so then I'll have nothing but bug fixes, and I'm sure there'll be some. There's nobody who develops for a living who's ever published a perfect .1 of anything. So. Oh,
no, but that's what .1s are for, and considering how hard you've been working on it, I wouldn't be surprised if this is the most flawless .1 that ever was created ever.
Well, I would totally be surprised if that was the case. I just hope it's not too horrible.
I'm just saying. It's also going to be glorious and wonderful.
Oh, I can look up her name now. I've also found out that there is another employee in my company. We are a large company. We going across the United States, about 4,000 employees. We already knew we had one AIE member in my company. Nick from 20 Questions works in my company. Also found out that Silversea, who is one of the first hosts of the AIE podcast, is also a member of my company and knew who I was and knew that I was in the company, but never said anything for like years.
Wow.
I have dragged a few friends into AIE, including actually a longtime work friend. Never played WoW. We started talking to her about it in front of her. Finally logged in, and Gankinia, who is actually now quite active in AIE. So dragged her kicking and screaming, and she's a work friend.
Kicking and screaming, actually, I'm like, why would you do that? But no, I got my husband in, I got my longtime real life friend in, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The oldest son, he plays nonstop, so.
Yeah, well, he's a teenager. He's got time for that.
Wait a minute. Teenagers play video games? All right.
Yeah. I know, somebody really marketed for them.
Totally market them towards them. But okay. So, yeah, we have a lot to talk about today about what's going on, what happened to BlizzCon. We got some details and some recap from there. We have a lot to talk about what's going on with Warlords. But first, let's go ahead and jump into regular AIE news.
AIE News.
I felt we should have all jumped in and said regular right there.
Regular.
Yeah.
Regular AIE News. Okay, first up, besides my funny little comment, is we want to give a shout out to Mephi, who has just published an album of Christmas music because we need this now. There are 5 Christmas carols, each recorded in a different style using different instruments and sung by some very talented kids. The album is called Light of Life, and you can find it on iTunes and on Bandcamp.
Yeah, I listened to this afternoon when I came across this post on the forums, and they're actually really good. I was really impressed. Both the quality of the music and the singing of the kids. So, not if you go to Bandcamp. Bandcamp, it's the free one. iTunes is where you can pay for it. But
very nice.
Love to see what AIE members are doing out there. Just I'll throw it out there. If anybody else is producing a book, movie, whatever, what have you, let us know about it. Hey, we're happy to let people know what you're doing.
I'm sewing a costume.
Well, what are you sewing the costume for?
For Nerdtacular.
Ooh, I can't wait to see it.
Yes.
Already? Isn't it like 8 months away?
Yeah, this is a very complex costume.
Yeah. And
I am new to this entire thing, so I imagine I'm going to have to make 4 of them just to have a wearable one.
And that's why I'm buying most of my pieces, because I can't sew.
Neither can I, but this is how you learn, folks.
It is. And hey, if you're a PlayStation 4 player, since there are a thread on the community forums for everyone to post their PSN handle. Quite a few people have posted theirs, so jump on in and start playing with AIE on your PSN, because we like to play all the games.
All the games!
All the games!
All right, today it's November 16th. We are halfway through NaNoWriMo, the yearly challenge to write a 50,000-word novel in 30 days. We have a number of AIE members who've taken on the challenge, and they're plugging right along. If you're taking the challenge yourself, let us know. We'd like to give you a shout-out, and if you finish your novel and want to offer it up to other AIE members to read, definitely send us a link, and we will let everybody know your work. And by the way, just a shout-out to Gomez in the chat room. Hey, G.
Yay!
I would so do the NaNoWriMo if it was in March.
Oh, I agree. Who decided this? A very difficult, time-consuming thing on one of the worst possible months.
If it was like March, or even April, May, June, all these months right here, this block of months, that would be perfect for me. I have nothing really going on. But November, when all my family is like clamoring to see me and saying I can't be, not there when I want to be not there. And
So do it in March, and then just publish like a 1/30th of it a day, so it looks like you're really, really on it. Like, oh my gosh, you just can't stop writing.
I do take a month out of the year and kind of nano, but it's never in November because the only thing worse would be trying to do it in December, and that's a very narrow bullet. Like October through December, worst months of the year for me to do anything.
That's what I discovered when I decided to be stupid and do a fan fest show in the middle of December.
Yeah, see? Right there. That's craziness. You are crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so of course WoW is the big news this week, but they're not the only game out there, believe it or not. You have other options to log into. There are hundreds of games, from big MMOs to Facebook games to little bitty mobile mini games, and AIE plays them all. To find people playing your favorite game, check out the Minor League Games subforum in the community section of the forums.
And AI members are also all over the world, and the next best thing, maybe the best thing, to playing games with AIE is actually hanging out with them in real life. Which reminds me, I need to set up a meetup. And we have a page for that. AIE has a meetup.com page where you, yes you, can arrange your own meetups with guildies in your area. Whether it's playing some board games, grabbing a meal, a movie, getting together at a major convention, meetup.com is our real looking for group.
All right, let's jump into some World of Warcraft news. First up, we've got major kudos to Thugs, the AIE hunter, for taming Gara. Gara is a really cool-looking spirit wolf that came out with Warlords of Draenor, and taming it is a lot more involved than just tossing in a few Scooby snacks. There's an epic quest line that takes you all over Draenor. You got to collect things, you got to do things. It's a pain in the butt. It's probably the most involved hunter beast taming in the game. So, way to go, Thugs.
Jeez, already? Already. Holy moose, that is a lot of things done, like now.
Yeah, I was looking at the quest line going, no, there's no way my hunter's doing that for a long time.
Oh, yeah. My hunter is not even Tour Garrison yet. I'm taking my time doing things.
Most definitely.
Mm-hmm. Is it my turn? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. My sound cut out. You want to know the truth? My sound cut out. So while we were doing this, I was looking for Thugs' name in the document. Okay, there we go. Podcasting Secrets 101. Keep talking. Okay. Thanks to Hairbush.
Maybe.
I have no idea, yeah.
Hairbush.
For posting this reminder. Blizzard has stopped characters from earning rested experience until you log in to them at least once. So if you have some level 90s parked somewhere waiting for their turn to get at the Dark Portal, be sure to log them in at least once. Trust me, you want to do this. It's not a lie. Blizzard didn't push a magic button and we're all getting rested anymore.
Do we know if that's for characters that weren't 90? So is it just...
Oh, no. If you were not 90, you're still getting rested as you're logged out. But if you were 90, you stopped accruing rested XP because you were at the cap. So now you have to go in and re-log in everything to refresh the system and go, hey, I'm not at cap anymore. Look at me.
I'm good. I only have 190. All right. And speaking of garrisons, not quite yet. If you're a little confused about garrisons, and especially which remote outposts, wow, words are hard, which remote outposts to choose,
There you go.
AI member Mai posted a link on how to choose a garrison outpost for leveling. That walks you right through the choices for remote outposts. I can't say this word today. And suggests which ones you might want to pick if your focus is on leveling them. Wow.
That was like a tongue twister I didn't mean to put in there. That was awesome.
I have no idea why it was difficult to say, but that's okay.
Words are hard. So, finally, if you didn't know, Blizzard has removed the feature that awarded gold to the guild bank whenever members finish quests or loot mobs. Because of this, we have no new gold flowing. We've always allowed our guild banks to be used to cover expenses or cover repair bills up to a certain level. But with the increased expenses from everyone leveling and with no gold coming in, we've decided to decrease the limit. It's gone from 75 gold per day down to 40 gold per day, just to try to make the gold last a little longer and let more people get the repairs in on all their alts. So if you're used to using that, if you're not used to using that, please do. I mean, it's a benefit of being a member of AIE. We cover some amount of your repair costs. But if you're used to that 75 gold, you might want to jump back before you hit 40 now, because that's the new limit.
I'm calling shenanigans. I am so calling shenanigans. I'm just saying. We should empty the banks. Forget it. Who cares if there's no gold coming in? 40 gold is only good for if you're not in Draenor.
However, the master of the spreadsheet figured out the 40 would be the best number.
Yeah, and I understand that he figured out that it would last the longest and stuff, but still, I'm just saying, we don't spend it on anything else, but, I'm just one annoying voice. Everybody's more level-headed than me. I mean, I was saying set it to unlimited back in the day. Just let everybody spend all the money.
It would have been gone in like 3 days. Gone.
Yeah,
that would be
but I would have been okay with that because the members are
our raid group for one bad night. When we're raiding.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I'm one of those more extremists.
You're a rebel.
Yes, I am.
That's all.
A Ludra the rebel.
A Ludra the rebel. And speaking of rebels, AIE the Old Republic. Ha ha. Up for Ask a Star Wars Guildie is our very own head honcho of SWTOR, Max. Find out just how many games this very busy guy plays, when he finds time to sleep, and just what kind of pizza he thinks is best. Honestly, seeing how he would cram so much playtime in so little hours of the day is what's got me interested.
Right?
Plus, there's
running and everything else.
Yep, and you can ask your own question. Also, they are looking for new blood victims sign-ups for the always fun thread on the forums.
And AIE and LOTRO is planning a Thanksgiving feast right now. They're looking at the weekend before Thanksgiving to take on the forums to figure out what the final day and time is, and then head on over to the Kin House for some fine food and partying with those crazy hobbits.
All right, LOTRO Update 15, Gondor Aflame, dropped in early November. We missed talking about it because it was last week, right during the middle of BlizzCon. It includes a new race class, the Bjorning, which I'm possibly not saying correctly, which lets you channel aspects of the bear as you fight alongside your allies. Okay, so it's a druid. It's really just a druid.
Exactly.
The strength of the hide, the ferocity of the claw, or the inspiration of the roar. Build your wrath and decimate your foes with the new Bjorning class.
I think it's Bjorning.
Sounds cool.
Mm-hmm.
Bjorning? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, there's no umlauts, but yeah, seems like that. All right, so Final Fantasy has just announced that you can change your character name for $10. So if you've decided that Dravik the Destroyer is no longer the best name for your Lalafell, you can go ahead and get that name changed post-haste, which it's kind of nice because they give you one free character redesign, but then you find out, your name doesn't match anymore.
That is a great service.
Mm-hmm.
And the long-awaited content drop, 3 for WildStar hit on Tuesday, November 11th. Again, apologize for the delay on there. It included a huge new level 50 zone, a new 20-man public event, the conclusion of the Drusilla storyline, which culminates in the most pivotal reveal in the history of world stories.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun. So scale the light spire, bind the black focus, Reichel a pesky Phalang Lord, and loot stuff. And evidently, you can also get a new hat.
Ooh.
Right?
Fortress 2, the hat simulator game. No, wait, this is
WildStar.
New hat simulator game on the market. Go WildStar.
All right, that's our news for this week of what's going on inside and around AIE. Let's talk about some BlizzCon. For those of you who don't know, and how do you not know, BlizzCon is an invention for lovers of Blizzard games. I guess haters of Blizzard games could go too, but you might be kind of bored if you go there. And
So
every year we hold a guild hall for AIE members in the hotel across the street. We basically have our own mini convention. And I can tell you, this year I did not have a ticket for BlizzCon. I didn't care. I went anyway. I went and hung out in the guild hall for 2 days, and it was awesome.
Zod is awesome. You were working your butt off that entire BlizzCon weekend.
I don't feel right unless I'm actually doing something. I can't just relax. I'll set up a stream. So
I get that.
I understand that, but this year I was totally like, nope, I'm here to rest because there's not much I really can do.
Yeah.
I had a limited energy store, and I still had to recharge every afternoon with naps.
Naps
okay,
are,
so go ahead. Sorry.
I'm just saying naps are brilliant.
See, I don't like to sleep.
I don't like to sleep either, but when I need to, I will.
I force myself to stay awake until I pass out.
I tend to sleep not a lot at night. Especially on the weekends. I'll usually hit the bed around 11:30, then get up at 4:45 for hiking and whatever. So naps are great.
Hiking.
Yeah, she gets up before the sun does to see the top of a mountain that the sun's not even interested in seeing yet.
Yep.
I get up before the sun does to go to work. But
That too.
okay, so Ludra, what were your thoughts on the Guildhall? How'd it go this year?
I thought it was really nice. There were a lot of people there. It was really great. The podcasting wasn't next to the screen this year, so there wasn't no war of the sounds, which was nice.
There was still a little bit. For those who don't know, we have a lot of people come in and use our room to do their own podcast streams, thanks to Gnomewise, who was there from Alpha Geek Radio and now Alpha Geek Video. He was there. He had all his equipment set up. People could come in and do their shows. Although we didn't do our show. I'm not sure.
No, we didn't, because we couldn't figure out a time slot.
I think it was just because reasons.
Yep, because of reasons. I like that reason. Reasons.
But, yeah.
Almost had an ongoing show going on, though, with the stuff from the Guildhall.
Yeah, pretty much. With the live stream of the Guildhall, it was more or less, without an announcer, the AIE podcast. Unless Zod was doing more announcing than I thought.
No, I just waved to the camera a few times. Just like, hey.
Oh, good.
So, yeah, I did, as I said, I brought my laptop, the one I'm on right now. I brought my webcam, the one I'm on right now. And I set up a live stream and just said, hey, if you can't be here, at least you can see what it looks like. Maybe you'll want to come next year. Or think, oh, I don't want to go to that next year. Whatever makes you happy. Mm-hmm. But, no, we had a blast there. Now, what do you guys think about I'll talk about some of the announcements they made at BlizzCon. How about the new game, Overwatch?
I thought it looked neat. I didn't get to play it because that line was just too much standing for me.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That line was long. Oh, my
The
goodness.
line was crazy long, and it moved very fast. Like, they were on these timers. You got in, you sat, you played for X amount of time, and then your butt was gone. And in the end. And so the line really moved at a good clip, but it was too much for me to stand for that long, so I didn't get to try it.
Right.
But it looks fun. It looks like a bit of TF2 meets Borderlands 2 to me, so I think that's going to be fun.
Yeah, I love both those games, so I'm totally for it. So, McCall, what do you think?
I'm not an FPS person even, but it looked really great. In fact, pretty much the second that announcement dropped, members of our household and Alakaz and Leontine, who are also here for Friday, we may have started calling characters that we wanted to play. Literally, yeah. Sorry guys. I'm Tracer. She looks like Jubilee. She's small and she's fast. I'm her. I think Al called Reinhard. Hordling called Mercy. Yeah, we just started shouting out who we were.
I totally did that too, and I was sitting there watching the stream. I went, Sniper, there we go. I love Sniper. It's my favorite character.
Yeah, so that the visuals in it were amazing, and what really impressed me was the fact that, we saw the video and it looked great. I mean, it looked like something that could have been produced by Pixar, and then we saw the gameplay and it was just as good, and that really impressed me.
I was stunned that they pulled off a game that looked that good, that polished, that playable, and nobody knew. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's hard to keep it secret nowadays.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I didn't know.
It's Titan Bits.
Yeah.
It's all the good fun stuff from Titan left over. That's why it looks so polished. It's just all that stuff, the fun stuff, they turned it into a different game.
Right.
Oh,
the
okay.
shoot 'em up part.
I like it. I'm all for it. And so
I'm very
I
excited about it.
can't wait for it to come out. Something else mentioned at the BlizzCon, they announced they streamed their 10th anniversary. What would you call it? Retrospective kind of thing? Self-patting on the back thing?
Right.
It was 10 years, the little documentary they called Looking for a Group.
Yep.
I haven't seen it. You may want to. There are a few well-known AI personalities on there, including Lengtheris and Scott. Actually, my name got in the end credits. I didn't get in the video itself. Darn it. But, hey, it was nice they gave me end credits. So.
Yeah.
I know that he was mentioned... Or received the same.
Alani's in it as well.
Alani's in for just like a split second. He says one word. They're in the section where they're asking people what their favorite zones were, and then she had cut after cut through all these people saying what their favorite zone was, and he was one of them. So.
Aludra, how many points did he get for that?
He got none. The contest was already over.
Ooh, so there wasn't a new contest starting? Because we really should do
There
that.
is a new contest starting, and it started this week with our last show. So he actually fell into the gray zone gap. But I think that's fair that he should get a couple points at least for being on this, I don't know, world-famous documentary.
Right.
No, I thought Lank. If you see Lank's little bit where he's talking about he's on there talking about big guilds, it just didn't seem like him. It's like somebody put on a Lank suit and then was just talking very calmly.
But
Yeah,
that's
if you listen to the edits, if you've ever had to edit Link, you can listen to the edits where they got all his ums out and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like
Yeah.
So, it's like 15 seconds of Lank. You know that took 3 hours to shoot.
It was great because I was on my way to go work for the theater that night, and literally as I'm walking out the door, there's Lank. It's like, all right, I can be 3 minutes late because I got to see that.
Oh, totally. I thought Scott was very well represented there as well, talking about the game.
Well, he
Right, so that was BlizzCon. Go ahead.
Also, I wanted to ask you guys because I don't. I know Ludra, you were able to spend some time on the floor. What I really enjoyed about BlizzCon and the coverage, seeing it from my couch, was the change of some of the hosts. I mean, I love Cat Hunter. I really enjoyed seeing Michelle Morrow, and I loved the fact that Chris Hardwick hosted a lot.
Do you know why Cat Hunter didn't?
I know why Cat Hunter didn't. I'm assuming because, conflict of interest and husband and all.
No, she didn't because she was in the guild hall with us.
Was she really? Oh my god!
Yeah.
She was. Yep.
Wow, that's awesome. But yeah, I was so happy though with Chris Hardwick doing some of the bigger hosting duties compared to individuals that used to do it.
You said duty.
Oh, get over it.
I'm saying duty a lot right now. Jury duty.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, he did a really good job hosting, I think. I hope he gets to keep doing it.
Mhm,
Yeah,
definitely.
I just loved that.
All right. So watching it from your couch, McCullough, what was the most exciting thing you saw?
I really enjoyed the Overwatch presentation and being able to see that. Being primarily a WoW player, I know, there you can actually go to different WoW panels. So I didn't see as much of WoW as I wanted to, but we had, it was well represented. My God, the movie. Even though we didn't get to see the preview, or what they showed, not the preview, but what they showed up on the third floor. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Also, being Horde for Life, the fact that they did find a director that really understands there are two factions and the Horde aren't the bad guys. That just thrilled me to no end because, it's you want to see your people represented, and I'm totally excited about that. All of it, I think seeing it from home though, you do have the ability. All right, I'm done with this feed. Let me walk over to the computer and watch, the Hearthstone tournament. Or let's see what else is going on, which I happen to love. Also, even though we didn't have food trucks, here, the line for food's a lot shorter.
That's true, and the food's probably better and cheaper.
It is. We had first day we had sandwiches, and the second day we had build your own nacho bar, and both Leontine and Cesare brought dessert.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's where you want.
We should come to your house next year.
You should definitely. We'll open it up.
Guild Hall at McCullough's next year.
Isn't it always? I think on the remote guild hall because I think we had a good 10 AIE members here.
Wow.
Yeah, we just opened
You guys
up
are a
today.
mini AIE. You should.
We are. Yeah, we just posted, hey guys, come on over, come watch, and yeah. It was
All
a
right, let me
great
pass. The next question goes to Aludra.
Yes.
What is most annoying about BlizzCon?
That it was so much to do in so little time. Like, seriously. Everything seemed to
good
have
point.
this kind of pace where you couldn't see everything at once. So you almost need a virtual ticket to go back and look. And I'm really glad that they include that now with their physical tickets.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I got to go home and catch the things that I really liked. But it's like, okay, so I went to the Hearthstone stage, which was beautiful and gorgeous, and everybody should have seen that Hearthstone stage. Like, seriously, go look at it if you can. It's amazing. They built a freaking tavern. But then they put, at least 500 chairs in front of this Hearthstone stage. Now, I personally only saw 50 people there at any one given time.
Okay.
So, couldn't that space have been used to, I don't know, other things?
They could use it as part of the line for the store.
Yeah, part of the store line, part of the Overwatch line, more Overwatch.
Because they didn't know what effect Overwatch was going to have on things, and maybe they said, you know, people are going to want to come. You know, Hearthstone's huge. I think there's no way of knowing how people are going to react.
True. You just kind of hope for the best and do your best guess and try to get enough seats and space for everything.
Exactly.
All right. Anything you guys want to talk about BlizzCon or the Guildhall before we move on to Warlords?
Guildhall was awesome. Everybody who showed up is great. Even if you don't feel like you know a lot of people in AIE, just show up to the Guildhall. Seriously, it's a great place to get to know people face to face.
It certainly is. Now, did we have? I know a few years we've had like things like board games and such. Did we have that this year, or just
We did.
with all the podcasting? Okay, good.
We played a lot of Cards Against Humanity at one point, non-stop for hours. It was
Literally,
great.
that didn't get recorded anywhere.
It was actually just offside the camera. I think actually you might catch some of it depending upon which part of the feed you're looking at.
right.
Because I was moving the camera around and trying to cover the whole room. Because at one point in time we had Tom Merritt and was it Jesse? I forgot her name, the producer for Daily Tech News Show. Mine just went blank, but they were sitting there in the corner once, just kind of quietly, just working on the show because they actually did Daily Tech News from the Guildhall on both days. So at one point I was panning the camera at them, and then another one we had Scott and Tom and Patrick Beja. We're all just kind of kicking around the table, so I'd pan the camera at them, and say, "Oh, look who's here!" You know, just have my little internet crush on these celebrities. Just show them off.
Yeah, and the great thing is, you know what? If they come to you, you know what? They're breaking the restraining order.
That's true. It's the judge said it was fine if they come to where I am. I'm okay.
Exactly. So yeah, you may have set a bait. They couldn't resist, but hey, yeah, no, they came to you. It's really neat. So clearly, if you want to see people, that's where to go instead of trying to search at BlizzCon.
Oh yeah, it's where all the cool people, and several of the Blizzard employees came over.
Right.
Actually, some of them I didn't even recognize. That they call their names, or somebody would introduce them, and everybody else was like, "Ooh!" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, I don't know who you are," but well, that's the way it is. When you get hundreds of people working on something, it's not possible to know the name of every single person who works on it. But like I said, it was a very, very popular place to be and to hang out. So let's talk about this new little thing came out recently called Warlords of Draenor.
Dun,
I hear
dun,
it's kind of popular. Some people like it.
Thing.
It's actually amazing how many people have come back into AIE after taking an extended break for the last 4 or 5 years. And then suddenly Stig is back in the game, of all people.
Right, of all people.
Which, Stig's awesome, but he's been playing other games for years. And Ralph was, so they're back. They're just back in the game. Like, whoa, what are these people doing back?
Which is great. And I know we're seeing a lot of that in general. On that note, please be patient with the officers, trying to get everyone back in as quickly as we can.
It is a bit challenging trying to get all the invitations in for everybody who are looking to join, and also try to play the game too at the same time, which some of us are trying to do. We're kind of taking turns.
We are. We most definitely are. But yeah, it's kind of old school week. Everyone's coming back, playing, seeing. Even though we always have a very active green wall, seeing it busier than I've ever seen, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I've already become the Caps Nazi. Because some of our newer members, or maybe older returning members, may have forgotten the rule about not capping in G-Chat just because it's annoying. We had 500 people in Guild Chat at one point in time, and 2 or 3 people started capping, and other people started capping, and then, guys, please.
Hey guys, yeah.
It's not to harsh your mellow. We don't mean to be mean, but it does get really aggravating and annoying for everybody. So
it does.
It does, and one guy sees it, and he thinks it's okay, even if he misses the reprimand, and so he does caps later. and somebody sees that, and it really does snowball much more quickly than you guys would imagine, especially when everything's so busy.
It does yeah, I always call it, it's a wildfire.
Yes. All right, so Aludra, what is your favorite part of the expansion so far? How far
I
have you
love
gotten?
this. Okay, I'm level 95. I'm almost 96 right now.
Wow, okay.
Wow, yeah.
Wow, nothing. I'm enjoying the storytelling. As I keep playing, I keep seeing neat bits in the story, and I'm a crazy explorer type, so I keep finding all these little odds and ends and bits and bobs, and I'm like, yes, little bits and bobs. This is so great. And I'm just running around, reading all the quest text, listening to the story. It's so great. I'm loving it so much.
I definitely think they put more into the storyline of these quests this time than they've ever done before.
And there's like little tidbits that you don't expect to see there.
Exactly.
Everything related, which is great.
Oh yeah, and I'm an enchanter, so I'm killing all these rares, and I'm like, yeah, more stuff to do, and
Well, I love that. There are rares everywhere. You turn the corner, there's another rare.
yeah,
And
exactly.
you get to kill, you get some awesome drop, maybe some garrison resources, and then next time it spawns, it's not a rare anymore. You can just kill it for out of just memories, I guess.
Well,
So
if you
speaking of
guard
that-
up the drop, it means less people are going to be coming to try and get the drop. So I love that.
I do love it. I just love all, like you said, the little bitty bits and pieces there they put in. For example, did you know that in your garrison, at least the level 2, I didn't see it at level 1, but level 2, there are some outhouses, and you can actually sit in them, if you know what I mean.
I saw one.
There's an achievement for that.
Oh my. It's poop. Respect.
Well, I did a quest that involved an orc and his dog, and it's really great seeing these people you do quests with. They'll actually end up at your garrison after the quest chain's done.
Yeah, but several quests like that I've noticed where like the final reward is actually a follower as opposed to gear or money, which is great because I am loving. What do you guys feel about that follower mini game kind of thing they've got going on?
I think it's cool. I'm enjoying it. It's super fun to try and match them up. Honestly, that's what I spend all my time doing. Do you have the magical symbol? No. Well, I'm going to throw you out there anyway. I am a cruel and merciless leader. Ha ha ha.
Eludra is a cruel mistress, so we've learned this now.
Yes.
I've only got a 20% chance to win. I don't care. Get out there.
Oh.
You're the last one. It's the last quest. You match well enough.
Nice. I've actually not gotten much of a chance to do enough yet. So literally, I just sent my first person on their first quest yesterday before my computer got taken over by 12-year-olds.
What? No. You need some 12-year-old repellent-like homework that usually does it.
Yeah, not on the weekends, though. Oh, no, that was yesterday. Sorry. But yeah, just the garrison, I think it's going to be a really unique system to WoW. And the great thing is, it's different for every character you're on.
Right, because you can build different garrisons and have different houses and outposts in them. Or, not outposts, what do you call those things? The buildings. Buildings? Buildings. Sorry, I'm rambling on now.
What are you enjoying the most, Odd?
I have to admit, the garrison, I think, is a huge win. When I played on the beta a little bit, and the beta, they kind of just gave you the garrison level 3 all the way. Boom, here you go, have the garrison. And I didn't quite click. I'm like, I don't get it. Am I supposed to be making, buildings that are my spec for my professions? Excuse me. Or am I supposed to be doing the ones that I don't have? That way I can round up my character more. And I think Tats was the one kind enough to let me know that I want to pick the ones that complement my professions, because that's how you get the higher level of profession crafting if you want to make them with the best gear. So I wasn't aware of that, but just that mini game of sending followers, I am addicted to that. I've got all my alts are there now at various stages, and I just simply rotate through them. Because by the time I get done sending my last alt's followers on a mission, my first character's followers are back. It's like I jump up to them and I just start the cycle.
For having every single character at.
The problem is you run out of resources, and pretty soon I can't send followers on missions. I'm like, fine, I'll go quest to get more resources.
Right.
I think the garrison alone, the concept, I love the idea because almost every game out there has got some sort of community housing, and I've never quite grasped the idea. Why would we want a house in World of Warcraft? I'm like, spend 2 hours sitting on the couch in World of Warcraft? No, I'm spending 2 hours sitting at my computer already. I don't need to do it in game too. But this definitely makes it part of the game. It's not just simply a place for you to go, just so you've got a place to go. It's actually part of the game. You do quests that will say, okay, now go back to garrison and turn this in, or go back to garrison and talk to this person, which I love. I just love the whole concept of what they've done. I can't believe, it took them a very long time to get Warlords out. At least it felt like it. We were in Pandora for a long, long time. Pandaria. Pandaria.
What I'm enjoying
Pandora's
is these
one of the
little
guilds.
outpost buildings that you can build that are not part of your garrison, but are, like in other zones. And so they'll have that follower table up, so you can send your followers out again, even if you're not in your garrison. Like, say your garrison servers crashed or something. I don't know. I wouldn't know about that. But just in case that such an extreme thing happened, I was able to be in another zone and still send my followers out. That's really cool.
Oh,
it ties the garrison into other zones. Yeah.
I just built my first one about an hour ago, 2 hours ago, so didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, there's a table there for your followers and everything. You can't really do a lot of your garrison you can't really do any of your garrison type management, but you can do your followers in other zones, which is great. You don't always have to go back to your garrison. And the fact that they tied that in, knowing that you'd be out in the world experiencing questing, it's like, yes, thank you.
It is nice.
Well,
we'll talk about... go ahead, McCullough.
I was gonna say, it's Blizzard. They're gonna make sure that it all works together most times.
Well, you couldn't do your farm from anywhere but your farm.
Right.
So people were kind of worried about that, but seeing how they put these tables everywhere is just great.
But it's such a huge part of this expansion.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might be why it did take so long, because they wanted to make sure that it was engaging and it wouldn't be something that only is, okay, you do it, maybe not, once in a while. They wanted to be a huge part of this expansion.
Yep,
yeah,
it definitely is. Yeah, good job on that. All right, let me ask you guys, now that the new expansion's out and all the final character changes are in and the character models are in, who are each of you going to play this expansion as your main tune?
Aludra,
okay. The
Aludra.
mage.
My mage.
Sticking with the mage. What spec are you going to go?
Probably whatever spec that, is best for the raid team, but I'm Frost right now because, Frost is awesome!
Yeah. I loved Frost. I went Fire after the 6.0 came out because that was the best DPS spec. Mm-hmm. I don't like it. Just not into the random crit thing.
Yeah,
so
I'm happy with my Frost. As soon as I tried to kill a mob, and I'm like, Fire, and I'm like, wait a minute, and I switched him over immediately to Frost and was like, this is how we play, and was running around. Oh,
right,
my phone thought that was hilarious. Sorry.
McCullough, are you sticking with the Warlock?
I am. Unfortunately, with limited playtime, she pretty much is my only 90. I want to play with Demo again, though. Right now I'm Destro, which, gave really great raid abilities. But to me, Demo just feels like a warlock. Especially, when you have, half a dozen imps and a big demon, and you can turn into a demon. So I might look at Demo again.
That's my favorite spec, actually, for my Warlock.
Mine too.
Definitely. And my Hunter's Beastmaster for the same reason. No, that's just...
Yeah, that's what it feels like. Otherwise, you're just a ranger,
Yeah.
Right.
It's like you kind of self-define your class.
Right.
Be it, all hunters should be marksmen or all hunters should be beastmaster. You kind of go through it and you kind of self-define what makes a mage, and then you kind of always stick with that, even when they balance it and they say, "Oh, you can't be a frost mage. Frost mages suck." You're like, "But that's the only real way to mage."
Right.
In your own brain. So seeing everybody level in the specs that they love, which I genuinely think people do, is they go back to the spec that they enjoy the most. Mm-hmm. I think, that's some good data for Blizzard to have.
I know for me, my spec that I choose on a character tends to go with, a lot of my characters are inspired by who I played in D&D. So Mukala is my old, witch, and she played with demons. So when I made her, I'm like, that's, who this character needed to be. That's pretty much the only RP I do. So yeah, I'm looking forward to. I definitely do need to respec her into demo again because it is so much fun.
I wish I was as confident in my class as you guys are, because I've been rotating through all my alts, doing the leveling them all to 91 and then 92. I don't know who I want to play in game. No clue. No clue at all.
I'm not the best mage out there, but I've always loved playing them.
Yeah, if that's what speaks to you, I would rather play a class that I love and that I connect with than what might give the best DPS. Sorry, Al and Ben and Kat.
And you're off the raid team. Sorry.
I know, right?
Forget you.
All right. So you're still playing around, Zod, with who you want to be?
I still am. I'm running my shaman enhancement spec with Prank S, so that we're doing. And then when she's taking a break, the Shadow Priest actually for some reason clicked this time around. I've always tried to play the Shadow Priest, and they never since Vanilla. Vanilla, I love the way Shadow Priest played, and then they made some change after Vanilla, and I just couldn't get in my head. And now suddenly I figured it out again, and now I'm doing amazing solo DPS on my Shadow Priest. So.
Great. Look at that.
But I'm always kind of thinking, what do we need for the raid, though? What do we need for our raid team, Fert? And I'm like, well, we've already got a Shadow Priest.
Yeah, but we also already have,
mages.
A lot of things. Yeah.
We have a lot of mages. And a lot of hunters.
So, honestly.
Go Resto Shaman, maybe. I don't know. I have no clue. We'll see. I guess as I keep leveling them up, see if any one of them calls to me more than the rest.
Yeah, go
or
for
maybe
it.
I'll play them all.
Play the one you want to play, Zod.
Exactly.
Well, that's the problem. I don't know which one I want. I want to play them all, because every class has got something about it. Schoolgirl squeal crushing.
Right.
But that's hard to say. It just makes you squeal because it's so cool. Every class has got something about them that makes them awesome, and I love all that. And I want to play them all, and that's kind of hard to do in one raid.
Right. Yeah, it really is, unless you have 900 computers set up and all that great software.
I'm gonna 7-box a raid by myself. There we go.
Right. There you go.
But you miss the raid chat. You see, it's not raiding without your friends.
Making rude comments.
And dirty jokes and all the stuff we do during FERT that people would be surprised, I think, to hear. All right, so before I close out, I realize we didn't actually talk about Draenor Warlords a whole lot. Anything else either of you wanted to mention about the new expansion that you really love or really hate or that you're excited about?
So I know that, unfortunately, the three of us are... Well, Ludra's race isn't getting a revamp, and we're still working on ours. Ours is, TM, whatever, soon. I am stunned, though. I'm looking forward to it, having that Blood Elf revamped, because how gorgeous everything is. Oh, my gosh. I'll just, character like that. It's just beautiful. I love the character revamps. I love just the visuals. They're just stunning. And I'm
Well, go ahead.
I'm finding, how when Mist came out, you couldn't fly anywhere, and it was okay. I'm actually I'm finding I'm just walking everywhere.
Yes, I love the walking. Oh my gosh, it is so great.
Yeah, it's stunning, and just I want to see it all. I want to take it all in. I'm just stunned by the visuals.
Yeah, and if you take things actually too quickly, you can miss a bunch of neat stuff. Like, I went to this little nook and cranny area in Frostwolf Canyon, and I found a lucky coin. And this lucky coin is like, ooh. And if you don't pay attention, you'll just sell it for gold, because it gives you 25 of them, and that's cool. But it also gives you a buff, as long as it's in your pocket, for the zone.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah, so not only do you have to find this literally coin-sized drop, literally coin-sized, you then have to, because it doesn't say it gives you a buff, you have to look in the corner of your screen and, it says lucky coin buff, and you've got to go, oh my gosh, it's from the lucky coin, huh.
I didn't know it was there.
Yeah, exactly. I just wanted to see if there was anything on this ledge, and boom, there was a well and a coin, and I was like, ooh, and the coin was even behind the well to make it even more difficult, and so, yeah, and
eye out for that. That's great. Right.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, wow, this sells for 25 gold. And then later I'm like, what is that buff? And it was the lucky coin buff. Ha. So
What does the buff do?
it increases, like, your stats while you're in the zone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a good
now I
little
gotta go
buff.
find this.
Exactly, yeah.
It's awesome. But it's like if you are going too fast and you're just motoring through head first, you're gonna miss things like the lucky coin and that random weapon that you can pick up and just all these little great doodads that they threw into the world to make you take it slower and enjoy it. And it worked. It worked so well.
We have a few guildies that have already hit 100. They hit 100 yesterday, and like kudos to them. That is a grind. Good job on cranking out the experience and getting through everything. But I really hope they slow down on the next tunes and just enjoy it, because Blizzard's done a lot of great work and great storytelling in this expansion. And
It's
I
so
can't imagine
brilliant.
they
It's
saw
some of the
most
best
of it.
Some of the best storytelling they have, and they've done some really amazing storytelling throughout the history of the game. But yeah, it is really, really engaging.
Yeah, definitely love it. All right, anything else before we close the show?
It's awesome to be podcasting with you guys again. I missed you.
Yes.
Oh, I know. I wish you'd been there, BlizzCon. We definitely would have done the show from there had you been there. But we're like, McCall not here. It's not.
Yeah,
worth it.
it kind of took away you not being there.
You guys, I could have called in or something, depending on when we did it.
Exactly, but it's like, who wants to coordinate all that? We're on vacation.
Oh, vacation.
We never pull people just staring at Luigi and me, looking at each other while you were talking.
Yeah. Like, so what's going on there? Was that going to get filled in later? Hopefully next year, I know Scott says he's not sure if there's going to be one or not, so we'll see what happens there. Hopefully next year, though, if there is a BlizzCon, my schedule won't be quite so screwy.
Hopefully,
Very
we'll have a word
nice.
with your boss.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, it's my volunteer boss.
Your volunteer boss.
And then he'll just say, no, she's coming. I have blackmail on her.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
He's heard you in raid chat, apparently.
No, this is he's been my DM off and on since I was 17 years old.
Jeez.
Yeah. The college made raid chat look tame. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
I want to join a group now.
I don't really ever want those pictures to get out to my child, or some of those stories.
I just tell your children, whatever you do, don't do what I did. Trust me. It's not pretty.
And don't listen to Uncle Damon. He's lying.
I haven't even heard him, but I know he's lying.
He's lying. Whatever he said he's lying, Mommy didn't do that.
Yep. All right.
Luigi, any final thoughts on Draenor? Warlords.
Do the things. Do them all.
All right. Okay, so that's the show for tonight. While the chat room begins suggesting show titles, and they actually started that. I saw some of those. We want to remind everyone that we're going to be inviting additional guests on the show to talk about other other topics of interest to the AIE community. For example, there have been a lot of posts on the forums recently from people looking for help building a gaming PC. So we're planning to have AIE member Kim, which I think Kim Molly is her character name, from Doghouse Systems on the show sometime soon. I've been talking. She's already agreed to do it. We just need to set a date. But she's going to come on and talk about the latest news in home-built gaming rigs and talk about where to get good deals. Of course, Doghouse Systems is a great one if you want somebody else to build it for you. But she'll talk about what the current state of building your own gaming rig is, and that'll be coming up sometime soon. If you, the faithful listener, have any suggestions on things you'd like to hear about, or if you have a topic you want to come on the show and talk about that would be of general interest to the AI Guild, please make sure to email us and let us know, and Aludra will tell you how to do that.
Oh, that is right, because I'm totally at the right place in the show notes. You can email us at podcast@aie-guild.org. You can also follow us on Twitter. The show is at AIE Podcast. Accuzod is at Accuzod. I am at Aludra_AIE, and Michaela the Wonderful is at Cyberwave. We record live with video every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. You can join the chat room and play along with us on our website at theaiepodcast.com. Our theme was composed by the amazing Andrew Allen. Follow him at Keys with Soul or visit his website at keyswithsoul.com.
And now it's time to play the great AIE member segments. And since we didn't have a show last week, some of those amazing producers kept producing segments like they do. So this week we'll be playing everything we received from the last 2 weeks, including a double dose of Mega Minute, 2 lesser-known Shaws with a special message from Rasklin, Ask a Magus 2 times, Buxley's Journal, Epic Diapers, and the always amusing, overly dramatic news.
And here they are. That's where I edit the segments in so the people in the chat room know. They weren't actually going to play them right now. Just don't panic. They'll be in the feed. All right, next week we'll be talking to Abavan about AIE in Final Fantasy. So until then, AIE, this is Accusod.
This is Aludra.
This is McCullough.
And this has been the AIE Podcast. All right, that's enough of that.
Yeah,
All right, chat room. Chat room. All right, Sybil, I saw all those show titles going up like halfway throughout the show. You got to put them at the end just because I can't scroll back and find them. Simply could not find the outhouse. I don't think it was a show title. I think she just doesn't know where the outhouse is.
Maybe.
That's by the tents. Level 2.
Oh, that's right. A good way to put it. I was trying to think how to describe where they were. I call it the pit. They're down in the pit by the fire.
Well, it's to, let's see, if you're looking at the fire, like straight on and looking up towards your inn and all that, which is a glorious view that everybody should have at one point or another. They are to the left and kind of a little bit behind the tents with the guys over there.
Rawson, I like that. Do all the drugs. No, that's probably a good show title, but not for this show.
No.
Sybil did one earlier that it just hit me like, oh, there's show title right there. I'll scroll back, see if I can find it.
Podcastception.
Yes.
Where did Reception?
Or Dre just did a good one. Q Lords of Draenor.
Yeah, that was a cute one. But we want, we shouldn't be kvetchy because,
Forgot to talk about the Qs.
That's
But,
okay.
who mentioned them?
The cues, they're not that big of a deal.
Oh,
They'll get
Bjorn
over.
again?
Bjorn again.
Bjorn again, that was the one I saw earlier.
Yeah, because we're talking about the bear thing.
AIE Podcastception. War Ladies and Warlords of BlizzCon, or Bjorn again, or Taking a Draenor Walking Tour, or Where's the Garrison Outhouse? I actually like Where's the Garrison Outhouse? That's hilarious.
But I explained where it was after the show. So
Ooh, people will never know now.
yeah, exactly. Oh my God, we're used to somebody else picking, and we're the ones who are supposed to be picking.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, I love Where's the Garrison Outhouse.
I like the Draenor walking tour.
Or the podcast Inception because, yeah, the host guest, we were our own guests.
Yeah, that's true. That's where Deception is.
Yeah, that's a good one.
We are guesting ourselves. I kind of like that.
AIE Podcastception?
Yeah.
Copy that. Congratulations, and thank you, Mukau.
Kitty cow.
Paste that in
Kitty
the notes.
cow. I really should
Awesome.
apologize more for that nickname sticking.
Kitty Cow was cute.
I know.
All right. Okay, with that, I'm going to get the show posted and then jump back in the game. I might actually go jump back in the game because Prankess is waiting.
Yeah, good. Hugs to Prank Guest.
That's a show
she was
later.
up all night with us in chat. In Mumble.
Awesome. I am...
Oh, yeah, she said that this morning. She's like, I left Mumble running all night. Yeah.
We were talking to her. It was a great time.
I'll tell her.
I'll go ahead and make sure I get that, undo my foobar, since I'm the one that foobarred it.
Not a problem.
Okay.
All right, chat room, thank you so much for joining us. I know you guys had other places to be, like playing a video game, and hopefully most of you guys are playing the video game and listening to us in the background. Greatly, not upset at all if you're playing the game. So, guys, thanks for showing up on a Sunday night. We will catch you all next time.
Yeah, I may or may not have been pulled out of the game.